it's Jouelzy. I have a rat's nest on my head, but girl, I have been MIA from this pop snark movement because I had a really bad ear infection. As I've been saying, I was feeling like 07 Foxy Brown. I could not talk, I could not hear. And it's time for another pop snark. We talk about everything from the low brow to the high brow, as long as your eyebrows are on fleek. We are back at it. Get right into this drink. And here is my favorite Moscato. I am not even a Moscato drinker like that because this really is a dessert aperitif, but my mama had the Bartunera at her house and she was like, oh, this is my husband's favorite Moscato, and I'm like, let me try this. The bros like Moscato. And girl, it was really good. This Bartunera Moscato is all my life, and shout out to HEB for having it for $9.98. Y'all told me that Sprouts was cheaper, but Sprout be having it for like $13, girl. What kind of shade is that? Clink, 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 clank. Oh, and before we sip, I have to give a very big thank you to Glue Games for sponsoring me to compete in the Kim Kardashian game competition, I guess. I didn't lose all the way, but I didn't win. I came in 4th place. Farah Dukai did win. It's quite amazing to learn so much from Kim Kardashian on how to make money so effortlessly. If you're interested in playing the game, I'll have a link down below in the description box where you can download it for yourself. So let's get into this week's. Oh, this Moscato is damn good. I would officially like to welcome Barack Obama to Twitter. He launched a Twitter handle, POTUS, Poutage, which stands for President of the United States, in case anybody didn't know. It's just interesting though because he does have the Twitter handle Barack Obama. Though it is managed by another office, he occasionally does tweet out from it. Not that often though. I guess the POTUS account apparently is one he will officially be tweeting out from, only him, for the duration of his presidency. Curious on his first day on Twitter that Bill Clinton tweeted him and said, does the Flautist account come with the White House, asking for a friend? It'll be so interesting if and when Hillary Clinton wins presidency 2016, how Bill Clinton will deal with being the first man of the United States, first gentleman of the United States of America. I was 120% wrong in a recent tweet that I sent out during the Billboard Awards in saying that I do not find Chris Brown's offspring to be adorable. I get it. You shouldn't talk about nobody's child. I knew I was wrong when I tweeted it. I thought about it and I still tweeted it. And I'm not saying that the child is royalty, whatever her name is. I'm not saying that she's not cute. I'm not saying that she's ugly. Adorable means to find somebody charming or endearing. There's nothing that like draws me to her. I'm just like, oh, okay, it's baby. That's great. I mean, shade, not shade. I guess I was wrong, whatever. But instead of telling me that I'm wrong, instead of tweeting that, oh, you shouldn't talk about a child like that, you know, Chris Brown stands did come for me, and it was hilarious to me, at least. I found it quite amusing, the shade that they were trying to throw. Like, somebody was like, but you look like this, and took my Twitter profile picture, in which I look very cute in, and then her followers were like, but she's cute. I mean, I do look like that. Really? Really though? Today, 2 days later, was like, oh, this is the same girl that talks about losing friends and not having enough subscribers, basically acknowledging that you've watched 2 of my more popular YouTube videos, not just 1, but 2, and then your comprehension skills landed you in the arena where you just didn't get anything that I was talking about in the videos. Same girl that makes money off of you paying attention to what she has to say. Bloop, bloop, click an ad on your way out. Like, you know, I already have a bevy of people who don't particularly care for me, but come back and watch my videos. Like, they keep track of what I'm up to and what I'm doing. And so it's like, you know, be blessed. I'm gonna stay about the girl. Thank you. Some effing clickbait is Kenya Moore, who was set up on another Bravo reality show, Millionaire Matchmaker, and claimed that she found the love of her life and was Instagramming all these pictures with this light-skinned, bald-headed Negro, who turns out has recently been married to his girlfriend of 4 months. Now, the story don't make no kind of daggone sense. That's why I'm just like, this is just like somehow gonna feed into like whatever spin-off, more views, more clicks, more whatever. It's just bait. It's bait all around. Like, Kenya is messy. And I think Kenya is taking on the same kind of pretense that the Kardashians take on, in that they've been very strategic in, you know, denying something that they were, some controversy that they're involved in, and then after a while, and after everyone kind of like has argued it out amongst themselves, kind of come back in and covertly be acknowledge that they have fault in the situation, i.e. Kylie Jenner and her lip injections, with her finally acknowledging, of course, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, their reality show, that she has temporary lip injections. Sure, girl, whatever. I just admire the shit out of Kris Jenner, who I did meet on the game. Kris Jenner said she was waiting to meet Jouelzy. Girl, but at this point, it's like, I can't even hate. I just, your mama is strategic as shit, and she's keeping y'all pockets well lined. Y'all ain't got a care in the world. So what's my hate gonna do for this situation? Nothing. I just hope all these other young girls can stop with this Kylie Jenner lip thing and realize that she's a good-ass plastic surgeon that most of you will never be able to afford in your lifetime. Beyonce has been doing a whole lot this past month. I don't know if she's about to drop another surprise album. She's about to pop up pregnant. I don't know what Beyonce is prepping for, but anytime Beyonce is in the news a lot, there's always, she's another very strategic person. I definitely respect the strategy that Beyonce employs in using the media to her benefit while also maintaining a very, very private life. Start was Beyonce at the Met Gala, where she showed up as the last person to show up, made all the paparazzi wait, and then I don't dislike the dress. She came in some nude, sparkly shit. If you're a Beyonce stan, you got all your life. You loved it. I love that you loved it. I love that she gave you life. I love that she gave you a pick-me-up and made your week so much better. She brought all the sunshine into your life. But I just feel like she's done it. It's been done. And I'm already a person that didn't disagree with the New York Times piece that was written a year ago about how Beyonce isn't really a fashion icon. And I know people took it as shade, but I felt like the article made a really good point that her brand is so big. She is Beyonce. That it's not the same as a Rihanna wearing something and you're so interested in the designer and who made that outfit. When Beyonce wears something, it's not, oh, she wore a Givenchy dress. Is that how you say it? Givenchy, whatever, girl. It's no, Beyonce looked amazing in that dress. Not that the designer made her look good. It's just Beyonce is just Beyonce, that she eclipses the things that she wears. And I think that's the same with this. It was just I think what I really liked about it had nothing to do with the actual dress. I liked her confidence. I liked her physique. I liked the way her and Jay-Z interacted with each other. The ponytail, girl, I guess. But, I like Beyonce. I didn't particularly care for the dress. I definitely appreciate hearing that Beyonce and Jay-Z, on the very low, have been posting bail for protesters in the Freddie Gray whole Baltimore riots thing. Did I talk last pop talk about Marilyn Mosby slaying down with announcing the charges presented against the 6 cops in the Freddie Gray case? Even if I did, it's worth mentioning again because she just did the damn thing. It's such an amazing, smart brown girl. I am cautiously still hopeful about what is going to happen in the outcome of this Freddie Gray case. I hope there's finally some piece of justice. Michelle Obama at Tuskegee, girl. Michelle, darling. Dear. I am so honored to have you as the First Lady of the United States of America. I feel like Michelle has just kickstarted on what her legacy is going to do for Black women amongst the world. What her legacy is going to mean to smart brown girls all over. I feel like we're just seeing the inkling beginnings of it in her past 8 years as the First Lady of the United States. And I am just here for every bit of the speech that she gave at Tuskegee, the Tuskegee graduation in Tennessee, girl. And I watched it, and I was like, And then I made the mistake of scrolling down to the comments. Now, Michelle basically gave a speech, and she was very real about the pushback, the criticism, the shaming, the demeaning that she has faced, not only as a wife of a junior senator and then president of the United States, but also as a career woman and as a mother herself. And, as just her being a Black woman who was successful in her own right. And she gave a very realistic kind of look, you're going to deal with this, but we can strive and push ahead and we can still succeed regardless of how other people perceive us. And of course, the top comment showing up to me was some Black man in the comments talking about why she has to be so negative. This should be a moment of enlightenment. No. Just like Shonda Rhimes kept it real last year. Was she at Dartmouth? or one of the Ivies, when she gave her graduation speech. Like, keep it real. Ain't nobody shading, Steve Jobs when he gave his graduation speech and told them to stay foolish. At Kennesaw University, the advisor, this white lady, I don't even need to remember her name. So a young man on Twitter posted a video of him sitting in the advisor's office waiting to speak with an advisor. And this white lady, it was a young black man, this white lady came out and basically told him that he was harassing her by sitting there waiting to speak with an advisor. Straight BS. DeRay, who is a social media, well, really, he's an on-the-ground activist for civil rights. He goes to all the protests. He does great things. If you're not following him, he's a great person to follow on Twitter. He retweeted the young man's tweet, and it picked up speed. And then, some news stories picked up about it. And I think I clicked one, and, the top comment was a young black girl from Kennesaw. I was like, why does it have to be a race issue? It's not a race issue. And it's like, personally, I don't feel like that was particularly a race issue either. But I'm not mad at people who see it through that lens, nor do I feel like it really benefits the conversation to kind of go in and write 3 paragraphs about why it's not a race issue. I feel like if we don't feel like race is applicable in the situation, it doesn't always have to be so explicitly said. You can just talk about what you actually think the point of it is without having to pet the backs of white people. Am I making sense? I think I just have to flesh this out in my mind. But, I think overall, what you see in that video with the advisor from Kennesaw is a problem overall in the universities here in the States. I've never gone to school elsewhere, so I don't know how people operate in other countries. But especially when you get into public universities that do work with lower income students, HBCUs, and I'm not saying that HBCUs aren't good schools, but girl, I went to Howard for a year. I know the deal with trying to get through the A building. It can be very, very difficult to reach administration as a student. And there needs to be some accountability and markers held so that students can get the proper services regardless of their race, their social class, their income, or even the programs that they're in, to make sure that advisors are doing their due diligence and doing what they're paid to do. But back to Beyonce, because, ooh girl, she is so damn great. And Jay-Z are really trying to get you to sign up for this title-ish. I ain't signed up for it, but I did find the video real quick when the bootleg that came out. But Feeling Myself, the Nicki Minaj song featuring Beyonce, that is everybody's favorite song, because feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, world stop. Carry on, pretty on fleek. It's my shit. Is it not your shit, girl? It should be your shit. The Feeling Myself video launched exclusively via Tidal. People are already bootlegging. Thank y'all. But it's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love the video so much. It is such an adorable video. They apparently shot it at Coachella. It's just like Beyonce's body is snatched. I ain't going on that 21-day vegan diet. No, girl. But I will eat a few less pieces of bacon and I'll eat a little bit less chicken. And I'll stay away from the fried foods. I could do that for you, girl. But her body is just goals. And then the interaction between her and Nicki is just so adorable. It's just really, really cute. And it's always nice to see Beyonce kind of laid back and chill. I love Nicki Minaj's makeup. I meant to do my makeup like that today. I be forgetting. There's some white mans out here trying to claim some land in Sudan so his daughter can officially be a princess, and he's trying to get Disney to give him a deal to make a movie of it or something dumb. I don't even really want to read the story, because it's just first of all, this man is trying to claim some shit in fucking Sudan. Do you not Google Sudan? What's my man's Bashir? Who the president? Oh, the president of South Sudan is Salva Kiir. Omar al-Bashir. First of all, you try to roll up on Omar al-Bashir land. Omar al-Bashir don't even like the people that currently live on his land. He be killing everybody. White man, you can't go and recolonize Africa. You ain't Chinese. You don't have that right. Do you not read the news? Do you not realize the genocide that has been going on in Sudan? Darfur, nigga, where you been? Who picks? So you dumb. You just dumb, and your white privilege superseded your ability to hit up Google and read the news. Has he? Girl, so many questions that don't even deserve being said out loud, because he's just dumb. Lighter topics to close out. TV has been divine these past 2 weeks. I am so over the Olivia and Fitz storyline. Girl, Let it die. Die. My favorite show of late, American Crime. Girl. Tell me why I didn't even realize that apparently American Crime was only going to each season take one crime. And that was going to be the story, because I was blown. But it was so human. It was so realistic to like really how the criminal justice system in America works, how we ourselves deal with conflict, how we ourselves get in our own way. Felicity Huffman played the shit out of that white woman. I ain't never liked the racist white woman as much as I like her character. Like, if you have not watched American Crime, I feel like it's a really good showing for teenagers, because the teenagers in it were so damn angsty. You just wanted to smack some sense into them. I think it gives a really good showing of how we dig our own holes and get ourselves in more trouble by just not thinking, or like being so caught up in the immediacy of our emotion. It was just like, oh, how they played when Aubrey committed suicide, that whole dream sequence, like, this was just so well. Game of Thrones is still on this season, and I am 120% a fan. Though this last episode, yeah, they definitely diverted from the books in this season, where they have Sansa marry Ramsay, and the closing scene where he had Theon Greyjoy. And if y'all don't watch this, girl, I'm sorry, but he had Theon watch him consummate the marriage with Sansa by basically raping her. It was gruesome. And I do have a few issues with Game of Thrones. Like the lack of people of color in the show. I mean, there are definitely black actors and melanated, whatever, actors on the show, but they're all basically like slaves or bodyguards. There was one guy who was like part of the house of something, but it's all very stereotypical roles for people of color. And so kind of like, And then they definitely have a rape problem. Like, the rapes are really gruesome, and they're not, I mean, in the books, from what I understand from other people who have read the books are pretty graphic with violence towards really everybody. Like, everybody dies a horrible death, gets assaulted in some like wild ways. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Theon got his dick cut off, and like, they definitely talked about it in the show. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, is there some overzealous violence against women depicted in the show, or is violence overall just kind of equally spread against all characters in the show? I mean, the show itself is just very, very violent and gruesome, but I do like some of the larger themes that it touches on, as far as like power, leadership, nepotism, you know, strategic, being a critical thinker, being selfish, like all these kind of things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, I feel like are definitely touched on in Game of Thrones. And that's why I enjoy it. But that closing scene with Sansa was just, oh girl, I wasn't ready. Appreciate the ish out of y'all. Love you long time. What were you drinking this week? This Moscato is so shot. Smart Brown Girl.